Hello there and welcome, now it's time for something fun. A little Warcraft 3 from me and you will be so fun. Fun. I rhymed fun with fun. I can't sing or rhyme, but hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. Yes, we're back at the new apartment. So there's a lot of echoes going on and stuff, so the quality is not the best. But I found a replay. It was like the first replay I could click on. I was like, I got everything set up, and I'm excited, and I'm on internet that's not the best, but you know what, it just means we can't do streams right now. We should still be able to do video content and stuff, and so we're just gonna get into it. And yep, for all those people who thought I was retired or that I'd quit, yep, you guys just did not have enough faith. You did not have the faith. I was coming back. I had to graduate college, and I had to like find a job and all that good stuff in an apartment, and I did all that, and so now I didn't find like a proper job. I'm working at Lowe's, but that's not the point. Anyways, let's get into this game. Let's look. I don't actually know the player names, but I do know we have a blue undead versus a pink human, and the pink human was like super fast, build his hero. He's like, boom, boom, let's get that guy out. It's gonna be an archmage. He's building a scout tower in the back of his base, you know, just in case he gets harassed, I would assume. I believe Thu is in here watching, so these players must be good. Thu does not watch bad players. I don't know if that is Thu or not, but I'm guessing. I mean, come on, guys. THO, maybe it's the fan. I really don't. I don't know. I don't even know if they're still playing. I've been out for so long. Anyway, so let's see what's going to happen up here at the top. We're going to see a militia creep coming along, maybe towards this up here, possibly. That would be crazy because that's a red. This would be more likely, but again, I've never seen anyone do that. How many? That's 2, 4, 6 of those militia coming. He's going to go ahead, and this is always, you always got to do like this. Make sure that purge goes off before you summon your water elemental. Otherwise, he will purge your water elemental, and things will not be good. So that's a pro tip for the day. Watch how the pros do it, learn from the pros, become the best. He's probably going to buy one of those little priests so he can heal himself. Yep, he's going to do that. It's almost like I called it as it happened. you know, lots of predictive power there. And of course, once he's done healing this guy or whatever, he can start to attack this to help DPS that guy down. And the peasants, I'm curious to see what he wants to do with that. Is he just going to send those guys straight back? That could be an issue if this guy hits there. Will the timing work out so that he can actually kill a couple of those guys? It could if he figures out what's going on. This is kind of an unorthodox play from the human from what I remember of the metagame. Again, I haven't been watching, or I haven't had a computer really. I've been mostly on my phone to use anything, so I haven't had time or really the ability to watch any Warcraft 3 for quite a while. So this may be like a standard thing coming up that people have started doing. I don't know. If it is, this is cool. If it's not, then this is also cool. So I'm pretty happy to see it. And yeah, he's going with a lumber mill in the back. It looks to me like this is going to be an expansion play, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get that off. That was a really nice kill on that peasant right there. He almost got away with that militia form, but not quite. Unfortunately, he's attacking his own farm with the arcane tower. That is from a misclick on those peasants or the skeletons down there, which is unfortunate. However, the Archmage is creeping. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Maybe just sacrifice the water elemental, do a bit of scouting? It's good questions, but I don't really know what he's doing. Over here we can see that the blue undead, the Death Knight guy, is rocking out, you know, killing these null wardens. They're level 3. He's going to try to get level 2, but he won't get it from this camp. Or at least he's probably not even going to be able to kill that overseer. And he's taking quite a bit of damage on the Death Knight. He's tanking with the Death Knight so that the skeletons don't die. This is important because you need the DPS. This is something that happened, really, the first time I ever saw that was in Reign of Chaos, well, not Reign of Chaos, but it was on a Reign of Chaos map. It was on Lost Temple, but it was a very long time ago, back when I was still playing Reign of Chaos, and I first started watching the Frozen Throne games. So that's an old trick, but you don't see it very often, despite how old it is. So it's something that you really have to be very sure you want to do, because it's a really big trade-off. If you do this, you can see how much damage this Death Knight's already taken. Of course, on Lost Temple, there's a big health fountain in the middle, so you can actually regenerate your life. It's not as big of a deal. On this map, no health fountains, so it's definitely a very risky move, but not quite so risky given the fact that he was able to see what the human was doing, investing all this time and resources in this kind of weird thing. And it's not it's not going to be an expansion play. It's going to be a tech with towers. So a tower tech play, maybe. I don't have any clue what the human's doing, but he is definitely going to lose quite a few of these. I believe 3 militia here. Possibly even 4. You would assume he would have sent 4 there, but if he sent 3 and then brought up the Archmage with the water elemental, he could have finished that off, so that would have been a potential thing. Of course, with all of these wonderful ghouls up here, how many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8 ghouls he can do a lot of damage, and it doesn't really matter so much that his Death Knight's a little bit on low HP. Once he has the Unholy Aura as well at level 2, he starts to regenerate HP fairly quickly as well. So not bad, and this is definitely a very ballsy, aggressive play from the Undead player. He's saying, you know what, all you have is towers and militia. I'm going to come in here. The ghouls do not cost me very much. They're 120 gold each. That's not a big deal. If I do lose them, I hopefully won't lose any because I've got micro, but if I do, it's not really a big deal. What's going to happen to you, though, your economy is going to be completely devastated. As you can see, there's absolutely no lumber production coming out, or lumber gathering coming on whatsoever from the human player. And a lot of these guys are actually getting very low, but he's not really sealing the deal on a lot of these militia. Just not quite the micro that he needed right there. He kind of had a lot of guys on hold position, just killing things as they walked across that line. Here comes the human finally ready to come in here and do something. He's not level 3 yet, so he still has level 1 water elementals, but that's not going to deter him from coming in with a bunch of mercenaries as well. 2 of those shadow priests, as well as a troll berserker that is going to basically force the Undead out of there. There's just no chance whatsoever he can stay and fight that. He had to run. And the Undead is definitely going for the fast tech. He's on his way to tier 3. Right now, he's absolutely out-tech this human player. And he's really kept up in terms of experience. It does, however, look like the human player is about to creep out a red camp because he does have 3 water elementals up. Oh, and he's buying a shredder, which is going to definitely help with the fact that he just lost all that lumber production, or lumber gathering. I keep saying production. Don't worry about it. But he's going to be able to use that also, not just to get the lumber, but to help him creep out a red, which is really good play. It's a really smart play coming in from the human player, really genius. I like the play. And it makes me wonder, is that a contingency plan that he was going to do that if he gets this type of harass, which is a good idea? Or is it something where he says, I want to do this regardless, and, you know, it's just good to have the lumber, and I'm going to need it anyway, because he really does need the wood anyway. This, whatever he ends up doing, he's going to need a lot of wood. And I mean, as you can see right now, he's devastated for wood, but normally he's still gonna, I mean, towers are definitely something that costs a lot of wood. The human's trying to go ahead and build himself some towers, just some kind of barricades and blockade to go ahead and keep those ghouls from getting in there and killing peasants. And you can just see they're taking a load of time in the tower range. They're losing a lot of health. They're not doing very much damage right here. They basically killed like 1 guy that was with the coil, and then a couple of cancels right there on some very, very cheap 20, 30 structures over there that just cost dirt cheap. They're really cheap. However, again, it's not super cheap when you consider how much gathering time the human player has lost. The one thing that's going for him really well so far is that he's been able to keep 5 on the gold mine the entire time so far, keeping up the gold economy mostly. He's very similar, very close. He of course had a slower start because he went for that very, very fast altar, so that accounts for the 300 gold difference there that we saw at 8470 for the humans gold mine compared to the 8120 there for the undead's gold mine. So that's, again, that's just coming from the fact that he put all of his guys onto that altar, speed built the altar, and then pulled a bunch of guys to go and get that early creep going on. And again, the human player now is actually really starting to get that experience advantage. You can see he's almost level 4, just shy 12 experience compared to the Death Knight, who's not really even level 3. He's got 181 experience to go before that happens. He's got an Archmage illusion here. He's trying to just get some scouting, block the Death Knight. Just, you know, basically at this point, I don't even know what the human's trying to do. And I can tell you the Undead is going for a classic Destro push. And is he going to reach the 9-minute mark? Not quite. We're at 8:18, but that's not going to quite reach the mark. But he does have Gold Frenzy coming, and it's going to be just so close to 9 minutes that I don't see there's anything the human can do right now about it. All of these towers are clumped up. They're just going to die. There's really nothing here that I can see that the human could do to stop this from happening. I mean, he would need something that he just doesn't have right now, and I don't know what that is. Perhaps a Zeppelin. That could do it. With a Zeppelin, you could come in here, get a lot of really great harass, and really even the level the evening playing the field of playing the thing what you play on. I don't know. Yeah, but this is going to be a potentially really strong harass. Right now, the destroyers are going to come out. So it's 9 o'clock right now, or 9 minutes into the game. The destroyer research is almost finished. You can see the undead player is either going to make the decision to creep something. Maybe not the best idea right now, but he could go for level 3, I guess. I think timing's everything, and right now I think he's missing a prime opportunity to come in here and just knock all these things down with destroyers, but, you know, there's only so much you can do with the information you have available. And perhaps he's expecting a Zeppelin harass and he wants to stay close to his base. You know, there's a lot of things that could definitely be going on right now. He hasn't seen the human player in a while, and the human player's options are certainly limited, and I'm sure the undead player knows well enough. Humans are going to use Zeppelins, and they're going to go for that harass. It's just a really good idea to have that as like basically your only move, and that's really what I would say the human has is the only move right now. He doesn't have an expansion. He's crept up a little bit. You know, I guess he's just buying some time, seeing if the Undead's going to move over and attack his base, so he can come in here and knows he can come in here and do a lot of damage, force a TP. You know, the human player needs to play for time right now, and that's what he's doing, absolutely. And you can see that at this base, so many towers are going up. They're very close. He needs to get down there. I guess he wants level 5, but he's not going to, I don't think he's going to get level 5 from that. He might because he's tier 2. I don't quite know exactly how much XP that's going to be. But here comes the Undead strong into this base. Is he going to just... He's got some cojones. He's got some big cojones because he's just saying, I don't even care. I'm going to finish this orange creep. I want level 5, and I'm willing to trade half my base for it. It doesn't even matter. The human player, he has lost several towers, but he does have so many more towers. It's just not going to be enough. The Undead player is really running out of steam. Most of his ghouls are dead at this point. He's got 1 and 3 destroyers. The destroyers are out of mana. Really, there's nothing that the Undead player can do at this point, sort of just trying to attack the outskirts of these tower mass, this conglomerate of towers. The human's at 26 food. But the Undead is only at 43, and he just lost quite a bit of it because he was, I don't know if he was quite at 60, but he must have been close. He had quite a big army right there, and you can see the carnage wrecked. But again, the human is actually sitting fine, and he's come in to start that harass. Here comes the TP from the Undead player. He's needing to make sure that that does not die to the destroyers. The destroyers will go ahead and eat that water elemental for a little bit of mana and try to take down the Zeppelin. However, they won't be fast enough. Will we see some killing on the Zeppelin? It could happen, or on the Zeppelin, I mean on the destroyers here, because those guys coming out of the Zeppelin will easily be able to take a lot of damage, and these guys simply do not fight well without mana. And they just did not have enough. I mean, you eat a water elemental, you're going to get around 70, 75. I think it's at 75 mana usually, and it's just not enough to actually do anything. It's like 2, maybe 3 orbs. I can't remember exactly the numbers right now. I think it's 3 orbs, but it's not even that because you have a mana drain. So usually it's only 2 orbs, and it's just not really enough to really do anything with. And as you can see, now the human player, he's going to start his tactic castle. And yeah, he only has a couple of peasants left. That's not a big deal. He's got the wood shredder, or the goblin shredder for wood, so he's going to get plenty of wood. He's got 5 guys on gold, and he's kept the gold mining up pretty well. And you can see that he's still only about, he's actually about 200 now in terms of a deficit here against the Undead, unless I'm doing that math wrong, which yeah, I am, because it's closer to 300, right? Yeah, it's actually, I think it's 300. Either way, he's kept up pretty well, right? He's kept up pretty well. He's survived a Destro push. He forced a TP, and he's managed to get the experience advantage. Just the human is playing like a genius. I mean, really, this is a really smart strategy that we're seeing coming from him. He's basically just saying everything the Undead's gonna do. He's like, I don't even care. I'm just buying mercenaries and a Zeppelin and making towers. What are you even gonna do? I don't know what the Undead needed to do, but apparently the destroyer push, maybe the timing was wrong on it. You know, maybe he needed just to play that a little smarter. I just don't know. No time for analysis because I don't know. The Undead's going to try to kill that Zeppelin. He really wants to take it down. I mean, that Archmage is gonna have to abandon ship because there's no way that was gonna live, and he's gonna go ahead and have to burn a TP to get out of here. I would say the game's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but I would say that the Undead needs to transition out of destroyers, and he's doing that right now with wagons. Wagons are a pretty good approach right now. If one of the players could go ahead and secure an expo, or really start an expo, and then maybe defend it, that would be fantastic. You sneak an expo something? I don't know. Oh, we're seeing a retrain into probably Blizzard, because that's really the only thing you can do. Buying an invisibility potion, getting a staff of teleportation, and of course he's got to have the potion of lesser invulnerability. It's just nice to have 2 ways out. You just need to have it if you're gonna go into an Undead base. Or you got to deal with the fact that there's gonna be a Nerubian tower and a Black Citadel sitting there slowing you down. That's an issue. I'm gonna see a Sentry Ward coming out from the Undead player right here. He's just gonna go ahead and place that down right outside of the Undead or the human's base, and if we look, we can see from his vision quite a bit with that Sentry Ward, and you can kind of tell nothing important except that perhaps, you know, if there is tech back there, you can't see it. So it's not too revealing, but it's pretty good nonetheless. The human player, is bringing in the sappers. He's bringing in 2 sappers right now, and what is he going to do? He's going to go ahead and try to draw fire from all of these things, from the towers and the Nerubian. Will the Undead player be fast enough? It doesn't look like he is because he hasn't spotted it yet, so that is definitely going to see a couple of sappers going off into this base. One did get knocked down. That's really fantastic, and the Haunted Gold Mine stays alive. There is only 1 Acolyte alive right now, and it looks like the Undead player is actually in upkeep. He's lost his Haunted Gold Mine. If he loses this Acolyte, he is definitely going to lose the game. We're seeing him being forced to cancel a Ziggurat. Another Ziggurat is on its way down. This could be good game because this human base is going to take a very long time to kill. And in fact, he has Blizzard, so he can even come down here and start casting Blizzard on these meat wagons if he can get the HP to do it, which means he just needs a shop in the back. But it looks like that's going to be really tough. I mean, I can't tell you who's going to win, but I can tell you that if these meat wagons go down, it's going to be pretty much the human favor all around. And the Paladin is coming out. Will he make it out? That is going to be probably one of the biggest deciders in this game so far, because he's not going for a shop. The Paladin does not come out. Well, then that is a good question as to what's going to happen. If you kill the castle, then the human loses, but the human's in such a good spot right now. He just needs to hold on. If he can hold on just a few minutes longer, then look at this, another sapper come in here and blowing up another half of the undead player's base. But the Archmage can't do anything. He's trapped in his base, and it looks like the human player leaves. GG goes to the undead player. What a close game. What a fantastic game. I didn't know who was going to win there at the end. Both players playing some really smart strategies. The first attack coming in from the undead player using the destroyer push, not quite going to do it. The wagon push at the end seals the deal, but the human player playing so smart, playing such a cool strategy, a delay strategy, just mercenaries, not really worrying about tech, going for the tier 3, because that's where the human's the strongest, at tier 3, and then, you know, just going for these crazy antics, you know, Blizzard, sappers, and just coming so close to winning the game. So close, but just not quite close enough. If that Paladin came out, he could have holy lighted the Archmage, could have cast Blizzard, could have taken those meat wagons down, and there would have been no coming back for the undead. So that was an insanely good game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and I'm sorry about the long break, but it should be good now. All right, goodbye.